Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu she'akel niyeh b'dvarei. 4 lines from the top. Daf Yud. Daf Yud. Okay, so yesterday we learned the Gemara where it brings the psukim from the beginning of Tilim, the pasuk of Yitamu Chatoim. Actually, the pasuk Yitamu Chatoim is in Kapitel Kuf Dalet of Tilim. It was mentioned for a side reason, but the Gemara brought up that pasuk, so the Gemara is going to continue with the story that relates to the pasuk of Yitamu Chatoim. Zok the Gemara Hanu Biryaini. There were these Biryaini. Anyone have a good translation for Biryaini? Bulvanen. What? What's the
Where are you?
top of Daf Yud? Was? English? Okay. Hanu Biryaini, the Havu B'Shvivusei de Rab Meir, that lived in the neighborhood of Rab Meir. V'Hava Kamitzar Elei Tuva, and they caused them a lot of pain. Hava Kaboy Rab Meir Achma Alayus, Rab Meir was davening for them, about them, Ki Heichi Dilemusu, that they should be removed from the world. He wanted to eliminate them so he could stop this pain and suffering. Amrele Beruria de Bisu. So his wife Beruria says to him as follows: My daitech, what is your thoughts? Why are you doing this? Why are you davening that they should be removed from the world? Because the pasuk says that the sins should be removed or should stop. So miksiv, does it say in the pasuk chaitim that the sinners should be removed? Chatoim ksiv. It says that the sins should be removed, not the sinners. V'oid, another point, shvil l'sefer dekra, continue downward reading in the end of the pasuk. What does it say? U'rishaim oideinam, and the rishaim are not here anymore. So she said to him, look, doesn't the pasuk seem to be repetitious? Kivin the yitamu chatoim, if you're going to read the first half of the pasuk, yitamu chatoim, that it means that the sinners will vanish. Rishaim oideinam, so for sure the rishaim are not here anymore. Why does the pasuk have to say that? Elamai, the first part of the pasuk is not speaking about the people, it's speaking about the sins, that the sins will stop. And then the second part of the pasuk is speaking about the people. If they stop sinning, so then the people will not be sinners, they won't be rishaim anymore. That's the pshat on this pasuk. Elo boy rachma alayu, rather you should daven on them, the lahadru b'tshuva, that they should do tshuva. Or rishaim oideinam, and then there'll be no more rishaim. So instead, Rab Meir took the advice of his wife, Bo Rachma Alayu, he davened for them, V'hodru b'tshuva. And these Biryaini taka did tshuva. So from here you see, from this Gemara is a raya that you can daven for somebody to do tshuva. You can daven, if you see somebody that needs to do tshuva, you can daven for somebody to do tshuva. And the reason why I'm saying it is because the Marsha here asks the question that it says in the Gemara, Kol b'dei shemayim chutz mi'yirei shemayim. So you're going to daven that the Eibusha should cause someone to do tshuva, but it's not b'dei shemayim. Akal b'dei shemayim chutz mi'yirei shemayim. But still the Gemara doesn't give an answer. But if you hear in Gemara, you see you could daven for somebody to do tshuva. So what's the pshat in this? So in Chassidus it says when you get to akal b'dei shemayim chutz mi'yirei shemayim two pshatim. First of all, it says that whatever is sarusa delayla, the Eibusha gives a person. But if the person mulmata doesn't do anything, it doesn't last, doesn't have an achizah. So it's not the pshat, hakol b'dei shemayim, that there can't be any sarusa delayla, that the Eibusha should bring a person to hirat tshuva. Of course that you can daven that the Eibusha should bring a person to hirat tshuva. But in the end of the day, for the person to actually take that and it should be lasting, then the person has to do something himself. Right? There's also another pshat in Chassidus where it says, Kutatayr, I believe it says, Hakol b'dei shemayim, chutz mi'yirei shemayim, that all other matters in a person's life comes b'dei shemayim, which is a certain darga in Seder Ishtalshalos, yidei shemayim. Mashenkin, when it comes to yirei shemayim, that's something that's connected to the essence of Hashem Himself. The matzav of a yid in his avodas Hashem is deeper than the hanhaga of everything else in his life, and that's negated to the essence of Hashem Himself. It's a completely different shot. So it's not a contradiction to this idea that a person beferish could daven and bring somebody to tshuva. Amalah hu tzedeki. From Bruria? Yeah, she was the source of this. Another story with Bruria. Amalah hu tzedeki lebruria. There was a tzedeki that came and challenged Bruria. Ksiv, the pasuk says, Rani akara lo yolada. Of course we know that tzedeki didn't believe in Torah shebiksav. Sorry, they only believe in Torah shebiksav, that is. So she came and she challenged him and again to the pshat of this pasuk here. Rani akara lo yolada. the Akara should be happy that she has no children. So he asked her, Mishum de lo yolada rani, because she has no children, that's a source for her to be happy. Amralei, so she answered him, and as we'll see, she answered him over here in a sharp way. Shatya, you fool. Shvil is safe the cross. See what it says in the end of the pasuk. You'll know why she's happy. The end of the pasuk says, Ki rabim b'nei shemeimam b'nei bu'ula. The children of the desolate one are many more than the children of the married one. So the pasuk in the end is implying that there are many children. That even the Akara actually is not an Akara. She has many more children. Amar Hashem. Ela my Akara lo yolada. So what is the pshat of the pasuk that it says Akara lo yolada, that there are no children? So here she tells him what the pasuk means is as follows: Rani Knesset Yisrael, the Yidden should be happy. Shedaima leisha akara, that's compared to an isha, a barren woman, having no children. Shlayolda banim legehenim kevasaychum, that she doesn't give children that will end up in Gehenim like the tzaddikim. So she was, giving him a sharp response. Shaila is, is this really the pshat of the pasuk itself, that the emes pshat? Or is this just a response that she gave for him? There's a few places that Rebbe discusses various conversations you have in Shas between tzaddikim and philosophers of Chayetze B'zeh, where the Gemara gives all kinds of pshatim. Lav dafke, the responses are the real pshat, and the pasuk is just responses beneged to what they needed to hear, to push them away and to tell them what they needed to hear.
They should They should come back.
Yeah. Amalei Ahu Tzadeki l'Rabavo. Rabbi Tzadeki came and challenged Rabavo. Ksiv, the pasuk says, Mizmor David bevarchem mifnei Avshalom. So the pasuk of Mizmor David bevarchem mifnei Avshalom is in kapitel Gimel of Tilim. Avshalom benai. Uksiv, and then there's another pasuk which is later in Tilim. David in kapitel Nun Zayin. David michtam bevarchem mifnei Shaul b'Amara. A mizmor that David said when he ran away from Shaul HaMelech. He was in a cave. Hi, Maisa Ava Bereisha. What happened earlier? Mechdi, let's see, Maisa Shaul Ava Bereisha. The story of David HaMelech running away from Shaul, that happened earlier. If so, Lichtov Bereisha. Why doesn't that say earlier in Tilim? It's out of order. Amalei, so Rabavo answers him, Atun. You that don't darshan in Torah, that when there's two psukim near each other, you don't darshan the connection, right? Because they didn't believe in the derech of Chazal to darshan the psukim that way. Kashiluchu. So you have a question that it's chronologically out of order. But ananda darshin and smuchim, so we do darshan the way the psukim are written in the seder of the psukim. Lekashila. So it's not a question. So the Gemara brings first the source of this concept to darshan smuchim. The Omer Rabbi Yechanan, smuchim min atayre minayin. What's the source for the fact that we darshan the psukim that are near each other? Shenema smuchim la'ad la'ilam. That those that are close forever, which refers to the pasuk in Chumash, when you have two psukim, they are there forever together. Asuyim be'emes v'yasha. It's being done that way with a reason for truth and straight. So there's a reason for the way the psukim are set up. So Laman ismecha parshas Avshalom la parshas Gog uMagog. Why is the parsha of Avshalom the capital of Avshalom, which is capital Gimel and Tilim? Why does that come following capital Beis, where it says Lama Rak Shugayim, which refers to the Mulchama of Gog uMagog? So the answer is it's teaching us something. Shem Yemelacha Adam. If a person will come and tell you, Klum Yesh Evet Shemayrid Berabai, is it possible for a servant to rebel against his master? So what it's referring to over here is that is it possible to have Gog uMagog, the Mulchama of Gog uMagog, which is basically a rebellion of the world, of all these people against Hashem? Is that possible to happen? So you answer him, Klum yesh ben shemayrid baviv. Do you have a child that rebels against his father in the way that Avshalom rebelled against his father, to the point that Avshalom mamish wanted to kill his father? Elahava. But that happened. It did happen. So hochanami have. So too, when it says in the story, the nevuah, what's going to happen with Gog uMagog, that will also happen. That's why the Torah puts it. That's why in Tilim it's put together. Omer Rabbi Yechanan mishum Rab Shimon ben Yochi. What's the pshat in the pasuk that it says? Pia pascha b'chochma v'seiras chesed al shayna. So the Mashal explains that the entire Eishes Chayil is all a mashal. The entire thing of Eishes Chayil is just a mashal on Torah Shebal Peh. And over here it says Pia pascha b'chochma, And then it says V'soiras chesed al shaina. If the whole thing is talking about Torah Shabbal Peh, so why does it say Toiras chesed? Why does it spell out Torah? Elamai, the Gemara Darshans, Toiras chesed refers to something else. Toiras chesed refers to a special inyan of kindness that was recognized and the Eibusher was praised for. Keneged mi yom hashloim mikra zeh. Regarding who did Shlomo Melech say this pasuk? Lo yamarai el keneged David aviv. He was saying it regarding David, his father. Shadar b'chamisha elamim, that lived in 5 different worlds, in 5 different conditions. Va'am ashira. And in all those places, he sings out to the Eibishter. Dar b'mei imai. Even before he's born and he's in his mother's womb. Va'am ashira, and he sings to the Eibishter. Shenemar, barchi nafshi es Hashem, v'chol krovai es Hashem kotshai. I sing out to Hashem, v'chol krovai, and I sing to Hashem with all of my innards. So the Gemara is teaching here the pasuk, even when he's in krovai, even when he's in his mother's womb, he sings out to Hashem. Yotzal Avid Oilam, and then David HaMelech is born, and he comes into the atmosphere of the world. V'nistakel b'kichavim b'mazolos, and he looks up at the stars and the constellations. V'am Ashir, and he sings to Hashem. Shenema Baruch Hu Hashem Malachav Giboyrei Koyach, the ones that are powerful. Aisid Dvarei, they do your words. L'shmaya b'kol Dvarei, they listen to Hashem's words. Baruch Hu Hashem Kol Tzava v'Goymer. Let all the legions of the stars and the constellations sing to Hashem. So David HaMelech was looking at the stars, and he sang to Hashem, and he said that they should sing to Hashem. Yonak mishtei imoi, then while he was still a baby, and he's nursing from his mother, v'nistakel b'dadel, and he looks at his mother, v'am ashira, and he sings to the Eibishter. Shenema barchi nafshi es Hashem, v'al tishkichi kol gemulav. Sing to Hashem and don't forget all of his kindness. So the word gemulav is also a word that's used regarding nursing. When you wean off from nursing, gemule michalov. So nursing is merum is in this word. So he's singing to the Eibishter when he's nursing from his mother. So the Gemara describes my kol gemulav. What exactly is the kindness of Hashem that he was singing for, praising Hashem when he's nursing from his mother? Amar Rabavo says she'asala dadim b'mokim bina. He's singing to the Eibishter for the fact that a baby nurses from the mother's breast, which is positioned near the heart, which is in that place. That's what he's singing to the Eibishter, and that's a kindness of the Eibishter. Taimamai. What is taka the reason why the Eibishter created a woman in this way? Omar Rabbi Yehuda, Kidei shelo yistakel b'mokim erve, so that a mother should not have to expose herself and feed her baby that way. In other words, Eibishter creates a human being different than animals for this reason. Rav Masna Omar, Rav Masna says, Kidei shelo yinek mimokim atinoifis, so that a baby should not have to nurse from a place which is unclean. So this is the kindness that David HaMelech is praising the Eibishter for. You can just see here in the Gemara another point, that when you praise the Eibishter and sing to the Eibishter, we're talking about all kinds of different things. He's singing for the Eibishter, for the greatest things, for the stars and the constellations that exist, and also singing and praising the Eibishter for the smallest things, noticing the little things that the Eibishter does, that the kindness that the Eibishter gives. Dr. Gemara weiter, what else did he sing to the Eibishter for? When David HaMelech sees in the downfall of Rishaim, V'amashir, and he sings to the Eibishter. Shenema Yitamu Chatam in Haaretz. This is why the Gemara brought this here, because it was connected to the pasuk before. Yitamu Chatam in Haaretz Rishaim Moedena, when the Rishaim are removed from the land, Barchi Nafshi Yis Hashem Hallelujah. And he sings to the Eibishter. He praises the Eibishter. Nestakel B'Yayma Misa V'amashir. He looks at the day that he passes away from the world, and he sings for the Eibishter for that as well. So the pasuk says, "Shenema barchi nafshi es Hashem." I sing out to the Eibishter, Hashem Elokai gadalta ma'od hoid v'hodol avashta. And this pasuk refers to Yom HaMisa. How do you see it refers to the Yom HaMisa? My mashma. Where do you see here it refers to the Yom HaMisa? Dal Yom HaMisa Nemar. Rabba Bashila Miseife Dinyana. From the conclusion of the Inyan over there in the pasuk, the Chsiv, it says, Taster Panecha Yibahelun. You hide your face and everyone's frightened. Taisif Rucham Yigvon. And then the Eibishter takes away the Neshama Yigvon and they pass away. So this refers to a person praising the Eibishter at the end of his life when he leaves this world. Rav Shimi Bar Ukvem. So now since we brought the pasuk Barchi Nafshi, the Gemara now will give additional interpretations to this pasuk of Barchi Nafshi. Rav Shimi Bar Ukve, V'amri Lo Marukve, others say it was Marukve himself. Havashchiach Kamed Rab Shimon ben Pazi, he was in front, he was together with Rab Shimon ben Pazi. V'hava Mesader Agadata Kamed Rabbi Shua ben Levi. And he was being Mesader droshes of Agada in front of Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Amalei, Rabbi Shimon Levi said to him, "My dechsiv, what's the pshat on the pasuk that we quoted before? Barchi nafshi es Hashem v'chol krovai Hashem kodshay." What's the meaning of this pasuk that David HaMelech sings out to the Eibishter and he says v'chol krovai Hashem kodshay? Amalei, so he answered him and said as follows: Ba yirei, come and see, shaloi kimidas HaKadosh Baruch Hu midas basa v'dam. That the Eibishter is not the same as a human being. The power of Hashem is much greater than a human being. Midas basa v'dam, in the abilities of a human being, tzar tzura al gabi ha'kaisel. He could form a shape on a wall, shape of a human being on a wall, but he can't give any life to it. A ruach, a neshama, kravayim, bnei me'ayim, the life and the intestines and the innards of the person, everything that the Eibishter gives a human being. V'akadosh baruch hu eineke. But the Eibishter is not this way. Tzar tzura b'toich tzura. The Eibishter forms the body of a human being within another body when the baby is in the mother's womb. Umatel ba, and the Eibishter puts in it a ruach, and a neshama, a life, and the kravayim, b'nei me'ayim, and everything else in the system of a human being. So this is the greatness of the Eibishter that you see here, v'chol kravai. So he was teaching the pasuk v'chol kravai, that this is the fact that the Eibishter, nafshi and kravai, that the Eibishter gives to a human being. And this is also what Chana says. Ein Kodesh Kashem, ki ein biltecha, there's no one as holy as the Eibishter, and there's no one other than you. Vein sur kelekenu, there's no rak, there's no one that's as strong as the Eibishter. So the Gemara says what she meant to say is, my ein sur kelekenu, ein tzayer kelekenu. There's no one that's greater than the Eibishter in his talent to form the human being and give life to this form.
Painting costs billions of dollars, but they say the original costs more, but this is the real original. I mean, it's only painting of the sunset or painting of...
Yeah. Mike, Ein Biltecha. So what's the pshat Ein Biltecha? Once we brought this pasuk, the Gemara teaches Ki Ein Biltecha. There's no one other than you. So the Gemara gives a different pshat, a deeper pshat. Omer Rabbi Yehuda bar Menasya, Al tikri Ki Ein Biltecha. Don't read it. There's no one other than you. There's nobody that could outlast you. Again, over here we see that the Eibishter is different and much greater, infinitely greater than a human being. In the abilities of a human being, the existence of a human being, his handiwork will outlast him. You create, you build, you create a piece of furniture, whatever it is, it'll outlast you. But the Eibishter outlasts what he creates. So this concludes the response that he said. He asked him, what's the pshat of Barchi Nafshi? And he said this pshat in Barchi Nafshi. So he responded back and said to him, no. When I was asking you the pshat in Barchi Nafshi, I was focusing on something else. This is not what I was asking about. I wasn't asking about v'chol krovai. I was asking Bechlal about the bracha and the praise that David HaMelech was praising the Eibishter. This is really what I was asking about. Hani chamisha barchi nafshi. You find in Tilim, it uses the expression of barchi nafshi 5 times. Keneged mi yomram David. Why did David HaMelech say barchi nafshi 5 times? And the answer is Lo Yamaran Ele Keneged HaKadosh Baruch Hu Keneged Neshama. In the words Barchi Nafshi, you see that he's talking about a soul, and he's saying, my soul praises the Eibishter. So it's implying that his soul has power to praise. What's the reason? Ma HaKadosh Baruch Hu Malik Kol Ha'olam. So this is a famous statement that's brought in Chassidus pretty often. The Eibishter brought in Tanya. The Eibishter fills the entire world. Af Neshama Meleyas Kol HaGuf. The neshama fills the entire body; it gives life to the entire body. Ma Kadosh Baruch Hu roye ve'ein nira. The Eibishter sees everything, but cannot be seen. Af neshama roye ve'ein nira. So too, the neshama sees and cannot be seen. Ma Kadosh Baruch Hu zanas kol ha'olam kulay. The Eibishter sustains the entire world, feeds the entire world. Af neshama zanas kol ha'guf. The neshama is the source of life for the entire guf. Ma Kadosh Baruch Hu Toir Af Neshama Toir. The Eibishter is pure and holy. The Neshama is also pure and holy, as we say every morning. Neshama Shnasata B'Tahirihi. Ma HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yeshiv B'Chadrei Chadarim. The Eibishter sits a room within a room. He's hidden a room within a room. Af Neshama Yesheves B'Chadrei Chadarim. So too the Neshama is concealed in the heart of the Yid, a room within a room. So obviously, you look at this Gemara. It's describing 5 different levels here. It's not just 5 descriptions. It's talking about different levels of Elokus, of the Eibishter, and different levels of the Neshama. I mean, we know what it says in Chassidus, that the Neshama has 5 madregas, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chai, Yechida. So perhaps I'm not going to go through all 5, but perhaps the first level where it says that the Eibishter is Molek Kol Ha'olam, and the Neshama is Machayas Kol HaGuf. In Chassidus it says Befedish, that refers to Mamala Kol Ha'olam, a lower darg of Holocaust. So to regarding the Neshama, that refers to the Nefesh of the Neshama, that relates to the body. Mashenkin, the highest level of Chadrei Chadorim, that the Eibush is concealed within a concealment, and so too the Neshama refers to the highest level, which is corresponded in the Neshama by Yechidah Shebenefesh, that's in a room within a room. So it's various different levels of the Neshama and the Eibush. So the Gemara concludes, Yavai mi sheyesh bei chamisha dvarim alalu. So one that has this Neshama, that has these 5 levels, should come. And could praise the Eibishter that also has these 5 levels that was just described over here. So that's the Pshat Barchi Nafshi, that the Neshama is able to understand and appreciate the 5 levels and praise the Eibishter on these 5 levels. Rav Amnuna said, Mika Chacham, who is like a wise man, and who knows how to interpret something. The Gemara here will bring now a whole long story, and the only reason the Gemara brings this here is because this is going to connect back to what we learned yesterday when we get to the big Maila of being Soimach Gulul Tefillah. And the end of the story will be, one of the details in the story will be about this Indian getting back to this point of being Soimach Gulul Tefillah. So the Gemara darshans this pasuk as follows: Mika Kadosh Baruch Hu, who is like the Eibishter, sheyideya lasis pshara ben shnei tzadikim. The Eibishter can make a compromise. The word pesher simply means to interpret, but over here the Gemara teaches pesher in a different way. Pesher means to make a compromise between 2 tzadikim. Which 2 tzadikim? Ben Chizkiyahu l'Yeshayahu. Chizkiyahu and Yeshayahu. Chizkiyahu was a king, Chizkiyahu a melech, and Yeshayahu was a Navi. Was the Yeshayahu ben Amitz the Navi? What was the argument that they had? Chizkiyahu said, Laisi Yeshayahu gaboy. Yeshayahu should come to me. As we'll see soon in the Gemara, Yeshayahu had a nevuah that he wanted to share with Chizkiyahu. So Chizkiyahu said, if Yeshayahu has a nevuah to say, he has to come to me. I'm the king. And he brought a proof for this. The Hachi Ashkecham Beliyahu, we find so by Eliyahu and Navi. The Ozal Legabe Yachav, he went to Achav to say his nevuah to Achav. Shenemba vayelech Eliyahu laharis alachav. He went and he spoke to Achav. Shayahu says, no, I'm the Navi. Leisi Chizkiyahu Gaboy. A king has to come to the Navi to hear the Nevuah, the Hachi Hashkechan, and he brings a proof from the next generation. Be Yehoram ben Achav, Yehoram the son of Achav, the Azal Legabe Elisha. He went to Elisha to hear the Nevuah. So this is a big question here. In other words, it wasn't an Inyan of Gaiva, who should go to who. It's an Inyan of, it's a Shaila, who's greater, a Navi or a Melech? Who has to go to who? Does the Navi have to go to the Melech, or does the Melech have to go to the Navi? So what do? They're both right, really. I mean, there's a mile that the Navi has, a mile that the Melech has, so how are we going to solve this?
They meet halfway.
So the Eibishter can take care. The Eibishter is the only one that can take care of this. What does the Eibishter do? Hevi Yisurim al Chizkiyahu. The Eibishter brings pain and suffering on Chizkiyahu, and as we'll see in a moment, it's not stam because the Eibishter wanted to make a pshara, so the Eibishter caused him pain and suffering. There was a reason why the Eibishter brought this upon him. And now the Eibishter tells Yeshayahu, so now you have a mitzvah. Lechu bakres achayla, go and visit the sick. So to be makayim a mitzvah, so Yeshayahu has to go to Chizkiyahu HaMelech. Shenema, the pasuk says, by Yomim Ahem Chol Chizkiyahu Lamos. Chizkiyahu was ill to the point that he was on his deathbed. By Yova Yelav Yeshayahu ben Amitz HaNavi, and Yeshayahu ben Amitz HaNavi comes to visit him.
It's a plot twist.
Yeah. Vayomer Elov, and he says to him, Koi Omar Hashem. So now he shares with him the nevuah that the Eibishter says. Tzav lebeischa, give over your last will and testament to your family. Kimei sata v'lo tichya. You will die and you will not live. So the Gemara here teaches the double lashon. Meis v'lo tichya. You're going to die and won't live. My kimei sata v'lo tichya. Why does it use a double lashon? Meis sata b'olam hazeh. You will die in this world v'lo tichya l'olam haba, and you won't live in the world to come. Amalei, so Chizkiyahu HaMelech asks him, "My kulahai, what did I do so terrible that I deserve this?" Amalei answered him, "Mishum delo yasakto bepirya v'ribya," because you did not get married and have children. Okay, so it seems from the Gemara that this was his original message that Yeshayahu was telling Chizkiyahu, that he should be Yisik bepirya v'ribya. Now, at this point, when he was on his deathbed, he was telling him, you're going to pass away, but this l'chayda was his original message that he wanted to come and tell him, that he should get married and be Yisek with Piri V'Ribya.
Tell him such stuff. It comes to
Tell him, and he's telling the person that's deathly ill that you're going to pass away.
Maybe that's why he wanted him.
As we'll see in the Gemara, this was all to be ma'ated him, to daven. We'll see the hemshech of the Gemara.
Maybe that's why.
Now you can tell him to be That's an old man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he wanted him to come. Because to get married, you have to go out there and find a wife.
Okay.
So it's part of. Yeah.
This doesn't answer the question of who's greater, though. You're saying king.
Correct.
So
Correct.
You're avoiding the whole situation.
That's true. The Eibishter created a situation where there's a mitzvah, and once there's a mitzvah, he has to go to him, and we never solve that. Who's greater, the Navi or the Melech? Correct. Amalei. So Chizkiyahu explained why he never got married. Mishum the Chazoi li beruach hakodesh, because Chizkiyahu Melech saw with ruach hakodesh the nafki minei bana de lemaylo, that if he gets married and has children, he'll have descendants that will not be following in the ways of Torah, that won't be good children. Amalei, so Yeshayahu Navi says to him, no, that's not a good reason. Bahadi kafshi derachmona lo malach, a famous statement of the Gemara. Why are you looking at the hidden things of the Eibishter? Don't tamper with that. Don't look into the hidden things of the Eibishter, what will happen in the future. My demifkedes ibayalach lamevod. What you are commanded, you have to do. And whatever the Hashem desires to do, liyaved, the Eibishter will do. So that's not your cheshbainis. You have to do your mitzvah to get married and have children. Amalei. So here Chizkiyahu challenges Yeshayahu, and he says to him, Amalei hashta. So now havli bratoch. Give me your daughter. Let me get married to your daughter. Yeah? And Efsha, and he says to him, listen, now if you let me marry your daughter, so it's possible the garmas, the chusidi dividi doch, and my schus and your schus together. So this is again referring back to the original point here, that there's a Navi and there's a Melech, and there was an argument who's greater. But if you have the combination of the greatness of both, that we're now here together, and the Navi and the Melech, and I get married to your daughter, so then that'll cause that v'nafki minoi banan demailo, and I'll have good children. Amalei. So here Yeshayahu responds to him and says, at this point it's too late. Kvar nigzera alecha gzeira. The decree that you should pass away has already been given. It's too late. Whether he was trying to just raise a chayes from the shidduch, or he was akopanim. This is what he said to him. Amalei. So Chizkiyahu responded to that and said, Ben omitz. Kale nuvuascha, stop saying your nevuah. V'tzei, and leave. So the Mefarshim explain, he wasn't literally telling him, stop saying your nevuah. If a Navi that says a nevuah, you have to listen to the nevuah. You're not allowed to say that. He already he completed his nevuah before, but he was telling him, and what he was telling him, nak for nigzera alecha gzeira, wasn't part of the nevuah. He was just telling him matter of fact of what he knew. So therefore he was able to tell him, stop speaking and leave, because this wasn't chas v'shalom stopping him of actually saying his nevuah. So he's telling him, say and leave. Kach mekublani mi beis avi abba. This is what I have, the tradition from my grandfather, from David HaMelech, afil cherev chadam unachas al tzavare shel adam. Even if there's a sharp sword that's lying at the throat of a person, al yimnatzmai min arachmam, he should not hold himself back of davening to the Eibishter. It menami Rabbi Yechanan Rabbi Elazar Amri Tavayu afil cherev chadam unachas al tzavare shel adam al yilmatzmai min arachamim shenem, as the pasuk says, hey yik taleni, even if I'm about to be killed, lo yachal, I daven to the Eibishter. 1 second, the story is not finished yet. We'll see the conclusion soon. But the Gemara interrupts because it brought up this inyan of al yimnatzmim min arachamim. Amar Rab Chanan afil bala chaloimis oimele la'adam l'macharu meis. Even if a person has a dream, and the Baal HaChalemis comes and tells him that he's going to pass away tomorrow, al yimnatzmim min arachamim, he shouldn't hold himself back of davening to the Eibishter. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, ki beroiv chaloimis, with many of the dreams a person has, v'havolim v'dvarim haba, which includes also things that are vanities and all kinds of things. But even if that includes a dream where he has a clear message that will pass away, keselikim yirah, you have to fear Hashem, so you could always daven to Hashem.
So the dream is like worse than having a sword on your throat.
Well, the Gemara says afilu, so it seems like sometimes a dream could be a very powerful thing, and even then, al yitzma atzmai min arachamim, correct? There's a concept of tainis cholim, yes, sometimes a dream could be a powerful thing, correct? So the continuation of the story. Miyad vayasav Chizkiyahu panav el hakir. Chizkiyahu, the simple pshat of the pasuk is he turns to the wall, vayispalel el Hashem, and he davens to the Eibishter. But the Gemara teaches what this word kir means. It doesn't only mean that he turned to the wall. My kir. What does this mean? Amar Rab Shimon ben Lakish mikirais libai. He davened from the chambers of his heart. Shenemar meyai achila. I davened to Hashem from my kishkis, from my inside. Kirais libi, from the chambers of my heart. Rab Levi Amar. Rab Levi says a different shot in kir. Al iske akir. He's davening to the Eibishter, and he was talking about a story with a wall. What was the story of the wall? Amar lafad nav Rebbeinu Shalayla, master of the universe. Uma shunamis. If there's the story of the Shunamis, this is the story of the Eishes HaShunamis. She, of course, invited, we had this Daf Torah of Parshas Vayera. She invited Elisha into her house, and she built a room for him. The Gemara soon will learn all the details about this. And b'schus this Achnas HaSarchim, when she had a child that passed away, so Elisha was Mechayim Mason. So that's what the Shunamis was zeichet to. So now, what Chizkiyahu HaMelech is saying is, if the Shunamis, which built one chamber for Elisha. You gave her a tchias amesim for her son. Avi Abba, my grandfather, Shlomo HaMelech, shechipas ha'echel kulei bekesef u'bezav, that built the Beis HaMikdash and covered the walls of the Beis HaMikdash with gold and silver. Alachas kama v'kama. Most definitely, I should have this chos to have tchias amesim to live. And then he also said, Chizkiyahu, Zacharna, remember, Es asher salachti lefanecha, be'emes b'leiv shalom. I walked in front of you with truth and with a whole heart. Va'atoiv beinecha sisi, I did the good in your eyes. The Gemara explains what is the good that he did. My va'atoiv beinecha sisi. What is the good that Chizkiyahu HaMelech did? So here the Gemara is going to go off and discuss a few different things that Chizkiyahu HaMelech did in his lifetime. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav shesamach gula l'tfilah. And this is the connection to our sugya. So the things that he did was good, which is, he said, he was samach gula l'tfilah, and mastama the pshat over here is, like Taisva said earlier, and the blot we learned yesterday, that he did it kivasikin. Rab Levi Amar, Rab Levi says something else, shegonaz sefer refuos. There was a sefer refuos that was available until his times. You had a sefer refuos, and it gave you a healing for everything. And he went and he hid it. Rashi says, because people relied on the Sefer Refuos and they didn't daven to the Eibishter. In other words, until his time period, people used the Sefer Refuos and they still had, and they understood, they had a munah that everything's coming from the Eibishter. And then in his time period, people just used the Sefer Refuos and they stopped davening to the Eibishter. So therefore he hid it. Tana Rabbanan, Chamazel, the doctors would have been out of a living. Tana Rabbanan, Shisha Dvarim, Asa Chizkiyahu HaMelech. There are 6 things that Chizkiyahu HaMelech did. Al Gimel Haidulai, 3 things that he did. The Chachamim agreed to him. Val Gimel Lai Haidu. And there were 3 things that he did. Lai Haidulai, they did not agree. Al Gimel Haidulai, the 3 that they agreed is, as we just mentioned, Gana Sefer Refuos. He hid the Sefer Refuos, Haidulai, and they agreed to this. Kites Nechasha Necheshes, that was the copper snake that Moshe Rabbeinu made that he had along with them, and then at a certain point they started using it as an avodah zarah, and he crushed it, he threw it away, and they agreed to him. And the third thing that they agreed was v'haidulai, and the third thing was girer atzmais aviv al mita shel chavalim. When he went to bury his father, which was a rasha, he dragged him on a bed that was made from ropes, and he didn't give him his proper honor to bury him. They agreed to him because he was a rasha, and he didn't deserve the honor, and he wanted to show everybody that this is the way you treat a rasha. And there were 3. So that's a shaila takim, and again to kibbud aveim. That's a shaila. Okay, the emphasis is that if you look into Rashi, he didn't give his father the proper honor. If you look into Rashi, it seems that okay, I'm not sure if the Gemara means mamish kipshute. Rashi says he didn't bury him kahoigen b'mitois zav v'chesef. So maybe the Gemara doesn't mamish mean kipshute mitosh shel chavalim, but it's just an expression that it wasn't. He didn't give him the proper honor. Yeah. Sagt the Gemara weiter. Val gimel loy haidulai. And 3 things he did, and they did not agree to him. One was Sasa Megichain. He clogged up the stream of water of Megichain Yerushalayim, because when Sancherev was coming to conquer Yerushalayim, he did not want them to have a source of water. So he clogged up that water, and they didn't agree to him, because then Sancherev never ended up conquering Yerushalayim, and then this water was clogged up. Another thing he did, Kitzitz Dalsas Heichel V'Shagram L'Melech Ashur. He wanted to appease Sancherev, the king of Ashur, so he sent him gold and silver, and he even cut off the doors of the Heichal of the Beis HaMikdash, and he sent it to the king of Ashur. They didn't agree to him. And the third thing, Iber Nissen b'Nissen. So the simple pshat is, when it came to Chodesh Nissen, he made a Shana Mu'beres. Instead of making 2 Chodesh Adars, he made 2 Chodesh Nissens. And they didn't agree to him. So on this last thing, the Gemara asks, how is it possible? Umi lesle l'Chizkiyahu, does Chizkiyahu not know and not agree to a pasuk where it says, HaChodesh hazeh lochem reish chodashim, and we know with the title of this pasuk is Zen Nissen. There's one Nissen, there's one Rish Chodesh Nissen, Vein Acha Nissen. There's no second Nissen. You can make 2 others, but no 2 Nissen. So how did he do this? So the Gemara says, no, the pshat is different. Elotah b'de Shmuel. The mistake that Chizkiyahu made was in a statement that Shmuel said. The Amar Shmuel, ein ma'abrin es hashana b'yoyim shloishim shel Adar. Not only could you not make a Shana Mu'beres once it comes to Rosh Chodesh Nissen, but on the 30th day of Adar you can't make a Shana Mu'beres. Why not? Hoyol v'roy l'koyvei Nissen. Right? We know that the month of the Jewish calendar could either be 29 days or 30 days. Once you get to the 30th day, that's a day that could have been the next month already. So on Lamed Adar, already then, because it's right to be Nissen, you can't anymore make 2 Adars. So over here, Chizkiyahu HaMelech made a Shana Mu'beres on the 30th day of Adar. Savar hoyel v'roy lo yamina. He didn't agree to this concept because it's right to be Nissen, so therefore you can't be Ma'aber the Shana. Okay, now the Gemara returns back to the story of Chizkiyahu, that he davened to the Eibishter, and besides asking the Eibishter to save him the schus of his grandfather Shlomo HaMelech, he also asked the Eibishter to save him in his own schus. He said, Zchar na, remember what I did. So Rav Yechon Mishum Rav Yosef ben Zimra, Kol HaToyle b'schus atzmai, anybody that asks the davens to Hashem, that he should answer him in his own schus. So the Eibishter rejects that. The Eibishter says, no, your schus is not good enough. And the Eibishter, if he will help him, will only be in the schus of others. And someone that's humble and asks the Eibishter to help him in the schus of others, then the Eibishter says, you are befitting that I will help you in your own schus. Moshe Rabbeinu asked the Eibishter to answer him in the schus of others. Help the Yidden in the schus of the Avos. And what happened? The Eibishter answers Moshe Rabbeinu in his own schus. The Eibishter would wipe out Yidden. If not for Moshe, his chosen one, that stood at the breach of Klal Yisrael not to destroy the Yidden. Okay, so we see over here that the Eibishter in the end helped Yidden in Moshe Rabbeinu's schus. Chizkiyahu talab b'schus atzmai. Chizkiyahu asked the Eibishter to help him in his own schus. The chsiv, the pasuk that we had before, Zacharna shesalachti lefanecha. He was asking the Eibishter to help him in his own schus. Talaloi b'schus acherim, the Eibishter rejected that, but did help him in the schus of others. Shenemar v'ganoisi el ir azais. I will protect this city, loishia, to help them, lemani uleman David avdi, for my sake and for the sake of David my servant. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, this is connected to a statement of Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, where it says, Amai dechsiv hine l'shalom, mar li mar, that the Eibishter brings peace to me, but it's still bitter. Afilu b'shah sheshigala HaKadosh Baruch Hu shalom, even when the Eibishter brought him peace, mar hu loy, it was still bitter to him because the Eibishter didn't accept his schus. The Eibishter helped him in the schus of others. Now the Gemara will return to the story of the Isha Hashunamis, where she had the story that she invited Elisha into her home, and she had a Tchias HaMesim. So the Gemara is going to explain what exactly was her schus. What was her achnosas erchim for Elisha? Naseno aliyas kir ketana. So the pasuk there says that the Isha Hashunamis said to her husband, let's build a aliyas kir ketana for Elisha when he comes to our home. So the Gemara gives 2 pshatim. What is this aliyas kir ketana? Rav Shmuel, an argument of Rav Shmuel. Chadomar aliyah prua haisa. She had an open roof or open attic. V'kiruya, and she built over there a room for him. She built walls for him, or built kiruya. She built a place that he should be able to live there. The Gemara will explain soon in a moment what the word kiruya over here means. No, it wasn't on the top floor. It wasn't on the roof. She had just a big open place, an open foyer. And she built a wall and divided it into 2 to make a space, a private space for Elisha. So the Gemara now explains. The one that says that it was an open foyer and she built a wall. That's the meaning of Nasano Aliyas Kir, the wall. She built a wall. The word Kir means a wall. But the opinion that says that it was on the roof, on the second floor, my Kir. What's the meaning of the word Kir? Kir is not a wall. Huh?
It says Aliyas Kir.
And the Gemara is going to address that. Okay. So what's the pshat of Kir? Shekiruya. The pshat of Kir, according to this pshat, means that she built a roof for him. Now the Gemara asks regarding Aliyah. According to the Mandama, that this room, that this chamber that she built for Alisha was on the roof. So it says Aliyas. It was just a foyer in the first floor of the house. My Aliyas. What does the word Aliyas mean? She created a very nice dwelling for him, the best of homes, a very nice space for the Achnasa Sarchim of Alisha. The pasuk there continues and says, and let's place for him over there a bed, a table, a chair, and a menorah. One that wants to derive benefit of others, should derive, like Elisha did. And one that does not want to derive benefit of others, should not. Kishmul Aramasi. He has also a source. He could learn from the Shmuel. Shenema or Chuvasei Aramasa Kisham Beisai. When Shmuel would go around Eretz Yisrael and he would return back home, Kisham Beisai. And he would return back home to where he lived, Haramasa, and that's where his home is. So the words Kisham Beisai are extra words. Everybody knows that Shmuel Haramasi lived in Rama. Why does it have to say Kisham Beisai? Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Shekol Makim Shahalach Sham. Wherever he traveled, Beisai Imai. He had his own space. He provided for himself his own home. He didn't take Achnasa Seichem from anybody else. Sagt the Gemara weiter, Vatoimel Isha, and the Isha Shanamis says to her husband, Hinena Yadaita Ki Isha Lakim Kadeshu. I know that this man Elisha is a holy man. Amar Rabbi Yosef Bachanina, Mikan Sha Isha Makeres Baruchin Yosef Min Ish. A woman has a recognition in her guests more than a man. Bina Yisayah, okay. Kadeshu, so it says that she recognized that he's holy. Mino Yada. How did she know this? Rav Shmuel, Chadama, one says, Shaliras Zvuv Over al Shulchanai. She never saw a fly pass through the table where he eats. It's a supernatural thing. The Chadama Sadan Shal Pishton Itzial Mitasai. She spread a white sheet, a flax sheet on his bed. V'leiras Akeri Olav. She never saw any emissions on it, so she knew Kadeshu is holy. Kadeshu, the Gemara now darshans the word Kadeshu. Amar Rabbi Yosi Bar Chanina, Hu Kadesh, but Umeshar Seina Kadesh. He, Elisha, was holy, but his servant, which is Gehazi, was not holy at all. Shenema, the pasuk says, Vayigash Gehazi lahotfa, and Gehazi came to the Isha Shenamis lahotfa. What does lahotfa mean? Simply, it means to push her. Amar Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina she'achsa b'hoid yafya, that he grabbed onto her at her breast. Therefore, he was not holy at all. Sagt the Gemara weiter, Oiver aleinu tamid. What does Oiver aleinu tamid mean? That he passes by here constantly. Amar Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. Kol amareyach. So the question over here is, Elisha was there constantly? He came from time to time. He didn't pass by constantly. So we learn from here, Kol amareyach tamid chacham b'teich beisay manei menachasav. If you invite a tamid chacham into your house and you give him benefit from your money, ma'ila olav akasav kilu makriv tmidin. It's as if you brought a carbon tamid. Omer Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov halacha al yamed adam b'makom gevaya v'yispalal. A person should not get up and stand in a higher place and daven. Ela b'makom namach v'yispalal. When you daven in a lower space. Go down in a lower space and daven there. Shenema, the pasuk says, mimamakim karasicha Hashem. So the simple pshat is, I call out from the depths of my heart, but it also means physically to go down and daven in a lower space. Why? Lefi she'en gavos lefnei hamakim. There's no person that stands high and has gaiva and stands up in a higher space before the Eibishter.
No,
Did I skip a line? I'm sorry. Tanya Nami Yachi. We learned so too in a Braise. Lo Yamed Adam Lo Al Kisei V'Lo Al Gabi Srafraf. A person should not get up on a chair or on a footstool V'Lo B'Makim Gavoya or on any other higher platform V'Yispalel to Davin. Ela B'Makim Namach. He should daven in a lower place V'Yispalel if Yishein Gavos Lefnei Makim. Shenema Mimamakim Kerasicha Hashem. Yuksiv another pasuk Tefillah Lo Ani Kiyatev. A person wraps himself like an ani and davens to the Eibusha that way.
There is shows that there's platforms in the middle. Where
correct, and that's true. The Pais can speak about it. That's when you have to have the voice that should go to a big olam. So then you could daven on a higher platform. Yeah, in the older shuls they had 3 steps to go down. Yeah. When you daven Shmei Nesra, you should keep your feet together. Shenema, as it says by the Malachim, v'ragleim regel yishara, their feet are together. Another halacha b'negei to davening. Le'soichlu al adam, do not eat blood, which says in many times in Torah not to eat blood. So therefore, this pasuk we darshan and say, Le'soichlu kodim shetispalel al dimchem. Do not eat before you daven for your blood, for your life. You're not allowed to eat before davening. V'amar Rav Yitzchak, Amar Rav Yechon, and Amar Rav Yisir b'Chanina, Mishum Rav Elazar ben Yaakov, Kol ha'oichel v'shoyse v'achakach mispalel. All of akasav oimer, person that eats and then davens, the pasuk says regarding him, va'oisi hishlachta achre gevecha, and me you have thrown behind your body. And the Gemara darshans even more, al tikri gevecha ele geyecha, your haughtiness. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu la'achash in his ga'azeh, after this person is eats and drinks and is haughty, kibbel olav malchus shamayim. Only then does he say Kriya Shema. Okay, so of course when you get to the Sinyan, it's brought already in the Paiskim that if a person is not feeling well and he has to daven first, he has to eat first to be able to daven, you're allowed to, and it's brought even in the Paiskim Malashim that today all people are on this level of chaylim that they're weak to be able to daven without eating.
Actually,
and there's the famous lashon that it says in Ayem Yaim, the Tzemach Tzedek said, "Besser essen zu lieben davenen, we davenen zu lieben essen." And this is one of the inyanim that the Rebbe used to be ma'ided people to eat something before davening, so they should be able to focus on their davening. Sagt the Gemara weiter, we had in the Mishnah. What did we learn in the Mishnah? Rabbi Yeshua Omer ad gimel shoyis. The time to say Kriya Shema shel Shachris is until 3 hours of the day. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, halacha ke Rabbi Yeshua. We paskin like Rabbi Yeshua. Then the Mishnah there continued. Hakayre mikan ve'elech lo hifsid. If you read Kriya Shema later in the day, you haven't lost anything because you're just reading from the pasuk in Torah. Amar Rav Chisda, Amar Marokve, o bulvat shelo yem yitzirayr. But at that point in the day, you don't say Birchas Kriya Shema anymore. You could say Kriya Shema, but past Zman Kriya Shema, you don't say the Brachos of Yetzirah and the other Brachos. Meisvei. So the Gemara asks a stira from a Braisa, Ha'kayre mikam ve'elech loi hifsit ka'adam shu kayre b'teira, like it said in the Mishnah, Avol mevarach u'shtayim l'faneh v'achas lachra. Even if you're not doing the mitzvah of Kriya Shema, but you could say the Brachos of Yetzirah. Tiyufte, the Rav Chisda tiyufte. So this shlugs up, this refutes the statement of Rav Chisda. Ikadamri, others say Rav Chisda had never said different. This is taka what Rav Chisda said. Amar Rav Chisda Amar Marokve, my loy hifsid. When the Mishnah says that you read Kriya Shema past the Zman Kriya Shema loy hifsid means loy hifsid brachas. Not only loy hifsid because you're reading psukim and Torah. You didn't lose the brachas. You could say Birchas Kriya Shema after Zman Kriya Shema. Tanya nami hachi hakayre mekam ve'edech loy hifsid ka'adam shekayre b'Torah. And then the Braisa says av mevarach u'shtayim l'faneh v'achas lachra. You could say Birchas Kriya Shema even after Zman Kriya Shema. The Gemara concludes, Amar Rav Mani, Gadol Akayre Kriya Shema Ba'inasa, Yosem Ha'isek B'Torah. One that reads Kriya Shema in the right time is even greater than one that learns Torah. Mediktani Hakayre Mikan Va'elech Lo Hifsid. The Mishnah is saying that later on you haven't lost anything. And why? Because it's Ka'adam Akayre B'Torah, you're like a person that's learning Torah. So Meklal, what's the implication of the Mishnah? The Kairi B'Inasa Adif, saying Kriya Shema in the right time is greater than the Limud HaTorah of later on. So that just shows the value of saying Kriya Shema B'Zmana, it's even greater than Limud HaTorah later on. Okay.